Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. My name is Wood. Look, man, this blowout loss in a game 7, the win now, win it all now. LA Clippers going down 104 to 189 to the Denver Nuggets. Wow, I mean, you knew when it got to the game 7. I mean, but then you're like, well, how can a team come back from 3-1? You know, not once, not twice, but twice in one postseason. And shout out to the young guns, the Denver Nuggets. I don't know what this, I don't. Maybe you get a mulligan or whatever for Rivers, for Doc Rivers, with this being the situation that it was this year, the the break in the season, the resumption down in the bubble, maybe you don't lose your job for this. But they looked very, they looked all out of sorts on the bench with Cassell and Tyronn Lue. I didn't see much energy out of those guys late. It seemed like they kind of settled on this, or were, I don't know. I didn't see a lot of organization over there. And then the team looked bad. Several bad shots in a row by Paul George. What's new? His postseason play has been well documented. I had some issues with him when he left the year that he left Indiana. It was a last second play, I want to say in the first game of that playoff series. With about 4 seconds left, he passed the ball off to C.J. Miles, I believe, and then got mad that he didn't get the ball back. He passed it when the double team came. And I think it was a game against LeBron. And he passed the ball off, and it's like, what were you thinking that you could pass the ball away with under 4 seconds left, because they inbounded it to him, and then he gave it up. How were you going to get it back, my brother? So I think the guard play has to be addressed. Although Pat Beverly had 11 points on a 4-7 shooting last night, and he had 6 assists. So not a horrible night for him. But maybe Kawhi handling the ball more, having to create more throughout this series. Maybe he just needs better guard play to make this thing work. Paul George was 4 of 16 from the floor. Like I said, took some horrible 3-point shots, trying to get it back right away versus maybe going to the mid-range game, maybe even getting into the paint, because he was short on like 3 shots in a row. So I don't know. And did one hit the backboard? It's like, come on, bro. So the young boy on Denver, Jamal Murray, he outscored both of those guys. He went for 40 himself. Decent showing from Gary Harris. Not a dominant game from Jokic, but he finished with 16. Very balanced scoring though. Jeremy Grant 14, Gary Harris 14, and Millsap came through with 6. But Millsap was the hero of an earlier game, I believe the game 6 to get us here. But yeah, man, Kawhi 6 of 22. Morris Senior 2 of 9, and they just looked out of sorts all night long. Shamet only 3 points. Montrez he got a lot of points late. Working in the lane and whatnot. When Jermichael Green missed that dunk, although they got the ball back on that, I think that's when PG went in back, got the ball on the backcourt and whatnot. But embarrassing loss. Like I said, I don't know what kind of. And then Lou Williams, who just didn't seem to be all that effective for much of this series. He had 7 points on 3 of 11 shooting. The team, their team chemistry and flow and everything just did not seem to be there. And Denver is young and hungry, and kind of just playing good ball. I think this does clear the way for LeBron James to get his 4th ring. I don't like the build of the teams on the Eastern Conference. The Lakers team itself doesn't. I mean, man for man doesn't have a lot of playoff experience, a lot of winning playoff experience. But LeBron is the difference. I don't expect LeBron to have a completely off night. Definitely not 2-in-1 series. So I think this clears the way for him and the Lakers to get this championship. I just don't like the build. Not to beat LeBron with AD along with him. I don't like the nucleus, the young nucleus of the Celtics to be able to get it done. And then it's even more youth over there on Miami who won game 1. But we'll see what the Denver Nuggets do. I think if the Nuggets win 1 game against the Lakers, they can't fall down 3-1. That's what's scary. But if they win 1 game, one of the first 2 games, then I think I like them to win 2 games in that series. But if they don't get one of the first 2, I think they get swept out of there. Again, man, LeBron, that bully ball, he continues to get into the lane and score. He continues to run the floor well. He gets 1 or 2 threes per game. When he wants to sit down and play, he can play defense on most of these guys. He can D up everybody on his squad if necessary. Or challenge, shots off the ball like we've been seeing him do. We just don't see another dynamic, 6'8", 6'9" in the field to really challenge LeBron. So I think the stage is set for them to do, what he went to Los Angeles to do. But I do think if Denver can play their team basketball and get 3 or 4 good games out of Jamal Murray, they can make it interesting. And then Jokic does what he does. We'll see. That's pay me no mind. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Peace.